theory on evolution is called Darwinism. Darwinism. It is the theory proposed by Charles Darwin in the year 1859. Darwin went on a voyage as a captain of a ship called HMS Beagle. The voyage lasted for several years, and during this voyage Darwin went on keenly observing varieties of animals like birds, turtles, etc., and found that there were distinct variations between the same species of birds from one geographical region to another geographical region. He collected enormous amount of data from this voyage, and after return he compiled this information and wrote a book called Origin of Species. Origin of Species by means of natural selection. Origin of Species by means of natural selection. This book was published in the year 1859, and even today it is regarded as one of the best books authored by a biologist. In this book, Darwin tries to explain his idea on evolution based on the following principles. One is overproduction. Overproduction. Struggle for existence. Struggle for existence. Variations. Natural selection. Natural selection and survival of fittest. These are the 5 principles on which Darwinism is based. By overproduction, Darwin meant the enormous capacity in every organism to produce young ones. Darwin found that every organism has a capacity to produce large number of offspring, more than that actually survive. So he called it as overproduction. To support this idea, he gives a number of examples. One such example is that of elephants. Elephants are among the slowest breeders in the animal kingdom. slowest breeders in the animal kingdom. A pair of elephants, a male and a female, during their active reproductive period lasting for about 30 to 40 years, may produce a maximum of 6 offspring. A maximum of 6 offspring. But according to Darwin, this itself is overproduction. This itself is overproduction, because Darwin says if all these 6 offspring survive, grow up into adults, reproduce at the same rate over a period of 700 years, there can be millions of elephants. If this is the situation in the slowest breeders like elephants, imagine what is the situation in some of the fastest breeders like the rats. Rats produce a minimum of 6 offspring, 2 to 3 times in a year. If all of them survive and continue to breed at the same rate, the whole world would be filled with rats. This is what he means by saying overproduction. As a result of this, there is competition. As a result of overproduction, there is competition. Competition for food, competition for other resources, competition for living space, and so on. This is what Darwin describes as struggle for existence. Struggle for existence. During this competition, Darwin says some of the individuals show certain changes in their body. He called them as variations, and those individuals which have developed such favorable variations, so if these variations happen to be favorable, then the chances of their survival increases in the struggle for existence. So variations, particularly if the variations happen to be favorable, they increase the chances of survival. This is what he means by saying variations. So according to Darwin, nature selects individuals with favorable variations to survive. So individuals which have not developed variations, or individuals which have developed variations that are not favorable may not be selected by nature, may not survive also. So this is what is called natural selection. Nature plays a very important role by selecting the individuals, by allowing the individuals with favorable variations to continue and pass on these variations to generations after generations. Therefore, it is only the fittest that survive in the struggle for existence. So this is what Darwin says when he means survival of the fittest. So those organisms survive, those organisms with favorable variations survive, pass on the variations, so variations become established, and slowly the organism or the animal shows changes, becomes a new species. This is the idea given by Darwinism.